Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Haribo, 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 Haribo. Go to Feminine. Samsaradava Naladida Loka Chanaya Karuna Guna Gunatvam Paptasya Kalyana Gunaravasya Bande Guroshi Charanaravindam. Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita Aditya Madhyamana Surasena Romanchakam Sutaranga Bajo Bande Guroshi Charanarabindam Shivigrahara Dana Nichanana Shingaratan Mandira Majinado Yuktasya Bhaktam Saniyunchatopi Mande Guroshi Charanarabindam Chaturvidashi Bhagavat Prasado Sadvana Chirtan Hari Bhakta Sangam Kitaiva Chiptim Bhajata Sadaiva Mande Guroshi Charanarabindam Samsaradava Nalarida Loka Pranayakarinagaganatram Bhaptasya Kayana Gunaravasya Vande Guroshi Charanarabindam Shiradika Madhavayoda Para Madhurya Lila Gunarupa Namna Atikshana Swa Nanalolubhasya Bande Guroshi Charanarabindam Nikunjayuno Rati Kirisilai Jaya Libitira Bhuchanina Nikunjan Tatachidakshan Adivalabhasya Vande Guroshi Charanarabindam Shakshataritse Asamasta Sasti Yuktastata Yabhiteva Sadmi Tobabuya Priya Eva Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Yasha Prasada Bhagavat Prasada Yasha Prasada Nagati Katobi Ayam Studvam Stasya Yasasti Sandam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paskajade Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavindam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavindam Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavindam Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur, Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaura Premanande ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parvajik Chastatara Satarashi Shishimari's Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parvajik Chastatara Satarashi Shishimari's Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anantakoti Vaishnavinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Premashika Hosh Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Samkunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Mayapura Dham ki jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Tulasi Devi ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Gangamaya ki jai. Jamuna Maya ki jai. Samaveda Bhaktavinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Guranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Patita Pavana ki jai. Hiranyakasi Puravaksha Silatam Kanakalaye Vrindaye Tusideva Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satyavrataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tusideva Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satyavrataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tusideva Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satyavrataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tusidevi Marani Ki Jai.
Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha Radha Krishna Seva Pabo Eya Bilashi Radha Krishna Seva Pabo Eya Bilashi Ye tomara sharan loy Tara vancha purna hoy Kripa kori koro tare Vrindavan basi Mora eya bilash Bilas kunje diyo vas Nayane heri bosada Yugal ruparasi Ei nivedana daro Sakiranu gata koro Sevadikara diye Koro nijadasi Dina Krishna dase koi na mora hoy बिना कृष्ण दासे को यही है न मोरा होय। श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा ये न बासी। श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा ये न बासी। यानी कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्याधिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पादे पदे। यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्याधिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पादे पदे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय तुलसी महारानी जय वृंदा देवी। जय तुलसी महारानी जय वृंदा देवी। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौर हरि बोल। Tulasi, beloved of Krishna, my desire is to obtain the service of Shri Radha and Krishna. Whoever takes shelter of you has his wishes fulfilled. Bestowing your mercy upon him, you make him a resident of Shri Vrindavan. Also granted covered damsels of Raja. Devotional service, your own maid servant.
This very form, the servant of Krishna, praise. May always serve in love, Shri Radha and Govinda, Tulsi Devi, Maharani ki jai. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Shri Chaitanya Siksastakam ki jai. Chaito Darpana Marjanam Bhava Maha Tavagni Nirvapanam Sherakairavya Chandrika Vitaranam Vidya Vadahu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Pranam Vitasvadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Saktis Tatra Pita Nayamitak Smaranina Kala Jadrisita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaivam Dusami Hajanina Nuraga Chinada Pisuni Chena Tarurapi Saisnuna Manina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Jaksundarim Kavitam Vajagadishikamaye Mama Janmani Jamanishware Bhavatadva Vimaikrihi Tvaye Ai Nanda Turnuchakinkaram Dhammam Vishame Bhavam Buddho Kipaya Tava Padapankaja Stita Durisarvisam Vichintaya Nayanam Gala Dasurudaraya Vadanam Gadgadarujaya Pulaka Nisitam Vapu Nagala Tavanamagane Bhavishyati Yugayitam Nimeshaisna Chaksusapa Vrasayitam Sunyayitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Vilahena Me Aslisava Pudartham Pinastumam Akasanam Mamato Kurutava Yatatava Vidadu Lampato Atmaratastu Saiva Napara Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Siksastakam ki jai. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity lives. God's benediction moon is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction. And thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily pose you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than a straw on the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of flowers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servant. There's no ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up? Then, O Govinda, feeling your separation, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Shri Chaitanya Siksastakam Ki Jai. Namaste Saraswati. There are 10 offenses in the matter of chanting the holy names of the Lord that should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. Blaspheming devotees who dedicate their lives to propagating the holy names of the Lord. 2. Consider the names of the heavenly gods, like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, equal to independent names of Lord Vishnu. 3. Disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. Blaspheming the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. 5. Consider glorious of chanting Hare Krishna's imagination. 6. To give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. 7. Consider activities on the strength of chanting the holy name of the Lord. 8. Consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of all specific activities. 9. Question about the glories of the holy name. 10. Do not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment. After understanding so many instructions in this matter, it is also an offense to being attentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve desired success. Krishna Prema. Now let us offer a most humble obeisance unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desired trees that can fulfill the desires of everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vanchakalpa Tadabhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Vaishnava Thakur Ki Jai. Shrimad Bhagavatam Grantha Raja Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadasya Yata Nivayat Itaratascha Tesu Avigya Swarat. Tene Brahma Hidaya Adikavaye Muyanti Yatsurayaha. Tejo Vari Mridam Yata Vinimayo Yatratri Sargo Mishat. Damna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dimahi. O my Lord, Shri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna for he is the absolute truth, because he is the absolute truth, and the primeval cause of all causes, of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge into the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion. As one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen on fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes, temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Shri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. Dharma Pujita Kaichovotra Paramo Nirmatsaranam Satam Vedyam Vastavam Travastu. Shivadam Tapa Trayon Mulanam. Shimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite. Kimva Purir Ishwaraha. Sadyohide Avarudyate Traha. Krite Bihi Sususubhistakshanat. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. This Bhagavata Purana propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. And this beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. Nigama kalpatarur galitam phalam sukhamakad amrita dravya samyutam pibata bhagavatam rasam alayam muhur aho rasika bhuvibhavakaha. O expert and thoughtful man, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful. Although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 11, Text number 2. Sa uchakase davalo daro daro pi urukramasyad darasano sonima dadamaya mana kara kanja sampute itabja kande kala hamsa utsvana. The white and fat bowled conch shell, being gripped by the hand of Lord Krishna and sounded by him, appeared to be reddened by the touch of his transcendental lips. It seemed that a white swan was playing in the stems of red lotus flowers. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The redness of the white conch shell due to the lip touch of the Lord is a symbol of spiritual significance. The Lord is all spirit, and matter is ignorance of the spiritual existence. Factually, there is nothing like matter in spiritual enlightenment, and the spiritual enlightenment takes place at once by the contact of the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. The Lord is present in every particle of all existence, and He can manifest His presence in anyone. By ardent love and devotional service to the Lord, or in other words, by spiritual contact with the Lord, everything becomes spiritually reddened like the conch shell in the grip of the Lord. And the Paramahansa, or the supremely intelligent person, plays the part of the ducking swan in the water of spiritual bliss, eternally decorated by the lotus flower of the Lord's feet. Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavane Ki Jai. So Prabhupada is being very poetic, as well as this verse, talking in similes and metaphors that enhances our understanding of the transcendental nature of Krishna. So, first and foremost, it says here that the Lord is all spirit, and matter is ignorance of his spiritual existence. This is a very important point, because this is a criterion by which you could tell, even if the most famous and intelligent person in this world is presented as a knowledgeable person, you'll be able to know quickly by this litmus test if it's an idiot pretending to be intelligent. So, what is the litmus test? What is the criterion by which we can tell if someone is a human being or an animal in ignorance? Ask them if they think that the spiritual world exists. If they say, well, we have no evidence of it, so we can't say it exists. You might say, just to make you happy, that we can't say it doesn't exist, but we know science, because of science and rationality, that this is all a type of palliative instrument to give you a sense of comfort. But from the point of view of hard, factual knowledge, it doesn't exist. There you go. You see. So that means that this most famous, most highly esteemed, intelligent scientist, philosopher, etc., is a nonsense and is not really intelligent. So Prabhupada says here that the Lord is all spirit, and matter is ignorance of the spiritual existence. So if these people are ignorant of spiritual existence, after all their studies and all the papers and all the books they wrote, then they are idiots. They wasted their time. Dharma, they basically wasted their time. So there are 5 types of ignorance that cover a living entity. This is explained in the Udyoga Parva of the Mahabharata, 43rd chapter. These 5 kinds of ignorance are described. They are: 1, accepting the body to be the self. 2, making material sense gratification one's standard of enjoyment. 3, being anxious due to material identification. 4, that means that because you identify with the body, whatever happens to the body affects you. So now people are afraid of coronavirus, right? Paramahansa is one of them. His wife told him not to come to the temple. And he listened to her. Well, now he's not listening now. We might give a report to her that we saw him in the temple. Yeah. You call her. Okay, you tell her. So we see that this anxiety of identifying with the material body, anxiety is due to identifying with the material body rather than the soul. And number 4, lamenting. And number 5, thinking that there is anything beyond the absolute truth. So, by following the Siksastakam of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we eradicate or we obviate or erase these 5 kinds of ignorance. So making material sense gratification one's standard of enjoyment, basically, if you don't get the sense gratification, then you get frustrated and angry. So that's a corollary to that 3rd point, or 2nd point. Okay, so now we know what the criterions are to tell if someone is intelligent or ignorant. They will, number 1, deny the existence of the spiritual world, even though they might do it with nice language, flowery language, and do it in a little circular way, but the final conclusion, the Vedanta of their so-called explanation, is that there's no spiritual world for those who are realists. So that means that they're ignorant. And then secondly, if they have any one or any number of these coverings of ignorance that keeps a person continually entangled in the cycle of birth and death. That is, accepting the body to be the self, making material sense gratification as one's standard of enjoyment, and if one does not get what they want, then they become frustrated and angry. And this is another way to understand people. If a person gets quickly angry, starts using foul language and gets threatening and so forth, it's because they have very strong sex desire that's frustrated. So anyone who gets angry, like on the drop of a dime, as they say, they have a short fuse, then you can tell that they have strong sex desires and they're frustrated in satisfying all those desires. Therefore, they have very little tolerance, very little patience, and they get angry in a very alarming way. And then number 3, being anxious due to material identification. Because if they identify with something temporary, like the body, you're always anxious. And then number 4, lamenting. And 5, thinking that there's anything beyond the absolute truth. Okay, so then another point in this verse. Factually, there is nothing like matter in spiritual enlightenment. And this spiritual enlightenment takes place at once by the contact of the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. So, when it says there's nothing like matter in spiritual enlightenment, well, when you become spiritually enlightened, you realize that the material energy is actually spiritual. It's not material. It's the inferior spiritual energy of the Lord. It only becomes material when you look upon it with the desire to dominate and enjoy it. Then it becomes material in your mind. But actually, a devotee knows that it's actually spiritual energy. Bhumir apo nalo vayu kam mano buddhire vacha hankara ityame bina prakritirastata. So, Krishna says, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. These are my apara prakriti, inferior spiritual energy. Para means superior, apara means inferior. And prakriti means what is controlled by the Lord, what is meant to be used in the service of the Lord. That's what prakriti is. So, in that sense, everyone, you, me, everyone, we're all prakriti. We're meant to serve the Lord. We're meant to be used in the service of the Lord. So, therefore, there's not actually nothing like matter in spiritual enlightenment. One understands everything belongs to Krishna. And when it's used in Krishna's service, its spiritual reality becomes revealed. And if it's used for sense gratification, one only sees matter, something that's dead, something that's to be used and exploited selfishly. So this is also explained in the 4th chapter, 24th verse, where it says, Brahmarpana Brahmahavir Brahmagno Brahmana Hutam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavya Brahma Karma Samadhina. That whatever, basically it says, whatever is used in the service of the Lord becomes spiritualized. Well, it's already spiritual, but because it's been used not in the service of the Lord, it looks like it's material. But when the same thing is used in the spiritual world, its spiritual reality becomes revealed. So Prabhupada explains, everything that exists is situated in the Brahma Jyoti. But when the Jyoti is covered by illusion, or Maya, or sense gratification, it is called material. See? So everything is actually spiritual. But when it's used or covered by the illusion, or by illusion, which is the same, which means Maya, or it also is the same as saying sense gratification. So when any object is used for sense gratification, it becomes covered by illusion. And we don't see its connection to Krishna. We don't see that it belongs to Krishna. We don't understand that it's actually spiritual. And so it says, but when the Jyoti is covered by illusion, Maya, or sense gratification, it is called material. This material veil can be removed at once by Krishna consciousness. What is Krishna consciousness? It's offering everything properly to Krishna for his pleasure. That's what Krishna consciousness is. It's devotional service, pure devotional service without any material objective. The only objective is to please Krishna. So therefore, it says, thus the offering for the sake of Krishna consciousness, the consuming agent of such an offering or contribution, the process of consumption, the contributor, and the result are all combined together, Brahman, or the absolute truth. The absolute truth covered by Maya is called matter. Matter dovetailed for the cause of the absolute truth regains its spiritual quality. You see? It's amazing that we could be in so much illusion. The scientists say, there's only matter, and matter is it happened by accident, and matter combining together created living entities and all species. And if there is a soul, it's also made of matter. You see, they only talk about matter. They don't talk about spirit. And when you mention spirit, that's not scientific. We can't measure it. Therefore, for us, it's not scientific. It's in the realm of Disney movies and things like that. You see how stupid they are. It's just like a blind man. One day he's walking with another man, and the man says, "Oh, the sun is beautiful today." And blind man says, "I don't believe it because I can't see it." Well, what can he see? He's blind. So the scientists are like that. Oh, we can't measure it, therefore, we don't believe it exists. Yeah. So, factually, there's nothing like matter in spiritual enlightenment. And then, so then the Lord is present in every particle of all existence. Now, this is impossible for the atheist to understand. How can he be present in every particle of existence? They say, well, that means he's got to be smaller than the particle. But I don't see anything. I'm looking at it with a microscope, an electron microscope. I can't see it. Therefore, it can't exist, right? So, and he can manifest his presence in anyone. The person says, the atheist says, well, I don't see him. It says he can manifest. Let him manifest it. Then I'll believe he believes. Well, Prabhupada says, first you must have the qualification to see. You must have the eyes to see. If you're educated in material universities, you lose those eyes. You think there's only matter because they teach you there's only matter. There's no spirit world. That's a bunch of fantasy. So then it says, by ardent love and devotional service to the Lord, or in other words, by spiritual contact with the Lord, everything becomes spiritually reddened like the conch shell in the grip of the Lord. So this is a simile. Whenever there's the word like or as, it's comparing one thing to another. So the redness of the conch shell that was touched by the lips of the Lord is compared to that when you engage things in devotional service to please the Lord, everything becomes spiritually reddened, like the conch shell, which is pearly white, in the grip of the Lord. And the Paramahansa, or the supremely intelligent person, plays the part of the ducking swan in the water of spiritual bliss. So now, this is a metaphor, the ducking swan in the water of spiritual bliss. So when it says the water of spiritual bliss, and the duck that's ducking its head into the water, this is beautiful, poetic type of language. And then it says, eternally decorated by the lotus flower of the Lord's feet. Again, that's a metaphor. It doesn't say like or as. It says it replaces one word for another word. So instead of saying lotus feet of the Lord, it says the lotus flower of the lotus feet. See? So it's equating a lotus flower to to the Lord's lotus feet, right? So the main point, therefore, is that anything that has spiritual contact with the Lord becomes spiritually, reality. That's the point. In other words, what looks to be material is not actually material. It's only material for the dumbbells and the stupid, ignorant ignoramuses who reject the existence of the spiritual world, who reject the existence of God, and therefore they think that matter is for sense gratification, to be exploited, controlled, and used for selfish purposes. So they don't see anything. They don't see reality. They're in a state of illusion, of Maya. Sense gratification covers everything in their life. Therefore, they can't see the real essence of things. Okay, we'll stop right there. Any questions? Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Go to Premanandi. Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. So you have to call Paramananda's wife. Right?